Okay, so hi everyone. So welcome back. So we are going to learn today OSI model. So okay, now it's fine. Okay, so OSI model. Okay. Okay, so this is the topic for today, OSI model. Okay, so if you see this, so what we are going to understand. So suppose you are here and you access internet. Suppose you go to google.com or maybe you connect with your branch office. So how networking works? So how my packet is going from one place to another place. So that we are going to understand with some models. Okay. So what is networking model? So it is a representation of a network operation. Okay. Representation of network operation. So this model is not the actual network. So basically what is networking model? To understand networking. Okay, अगर आपको networking समझनी है, if you want to learn networking, then we have to learn this model. So there are two models. One is called OSI model and one is called TCP/IP model. Okay, so what is model? So a networking model is only a representation of network operation. Means there are 7 layers. You can see here. Yeah, guys. So this is layer 7. So this is layer 7, layer 6, layer 5, layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1. Okay. And so this is TCP IP model. So layer 4, layer 3, layer 2, layer 1. Okay. So first of all, we have to remember this OSI model. So if you learn OSI model, it will be very easy for us to understand TCP IP model also. Because these three combination is called application layer. Okay, so transport is called transport layer. Network and data is called internet layer. Okay, and this is older TCP/IP. I will show you updated version also. And the okay, sorry, my bad. So the network is called internet. The network is called internet, and the data link and physical layer is called network access. So you do not have to focus on TCP/IP model right now, because if you understand OSI model, you will automatically understand TCP/IP model. Okay, because both are similar, just the name is different. Okay, the operation is different. So let's understand what is networking model. A networking model is a only representation of network operation. So it is nothing to do when it comes to this is not the real network. This is to understand the network. Okay. I hope that is clear, right? So what is A, B, C, D, E, F, G? So what are they? Alphabets. So the alphabets create words, sentences, paragraphs, right? So the same way to understand networking. So OSI model is like ABC of networking. Clear, everyone? So OSI model, to remember this OSI model. So I remember I used to remember like this: all people seem to need data processing. Okay. So this is, if you remember this, all people seem to need data processing. So this is just to learn. Okay. This is what we call alias. This is just a, to remember. This is not the actual meaning. Okay. So, or you can learn like this. Please do, if you learn from bottom to top, please do not throw sauces, pizzas away. This is a little funny. Yeah. So please do not throw sauces, pizza away. This is just a way to learn. Again, I'm saying this is Because when you go for interview, if you do not remember the flow, then you are not able to answer it properly. Okay, so this is the thing. So now if you talk about TCP IP model, okay, so I told you, if you learn OSI model today, TCP IP will just be a piece of cake for you. Okay, so आपको वो समझना है. So now if you understand, the first layer is application layer, the second layer is presentation, session, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. So suppose if you are taking my interview and say, Atul, can you please explain OSI model? So I will start like this. Sir, in OSI model, there are 7 layers. So it start from top to bottom, like application, presentation, session, transport, data link, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So you have to cram this. There is no shortcut to learn. I have already given you the shortcut. If you ask me, you need to remember the number also. Because in CCN exam, okay, Cisco can ask you, okay, tell me what is layer 3. So now tell me what is layer 3. Which is layer 3? Network layer. Okay. So which is layer 5? Session layer. Okay. So you have to remember the numbers also, that this is called layer 7. This is layer 6, layer 5, layer 4. And these three layers, which 3 layers? The network, data link, and physical are very, very important for you, because routers work on network layer. Switches work on data link layer. And cables can work on which layer? Physical layer. This is why we all have to learn router, switches, cables, okay, so that we understand networking. Clear? So as a network engineer, you are going to focus more and more on layer 3, layer 2, layer 1. Okay, so we will see these layers also, don't worry. Okay, but if you start, okay, so let's start. So OSI. So OSI stand for Open System Interconnection. Okay, so OSI model stand for Open System Interconnection. Just hold on. So many companies are so OSI stand for Open System Interconnection. Okay, and this is a, so why this is created, Open System Interconnection? Why it is created? So that everyone will follow some standard. Okay, so basically, OSI made by ISO, which is International Standardization, International Organization for Standardization. Okay, so this is the organization, International Organization for Standardization. They made OSI model. So why they have made this model? So that it is like a suite of protocols which can be, it is like a framework. So OSI model is a framework. OSI model is a framework. Okay, so what is framework? So that if any company wants to create any network, okay, they are going, if you create any network, they are going to follow the standards of OSI model. Okay, So it is like, suppose, let's take an example. Suppose if you want to create a car, you know the design that the car will have around four tires, right? You everybody knows. So this is like a standard, right? If you want to create a car or Jeep, like it should be having some standardizations. Okay, maybe whether it is a pollution standard, BS5 engine, BS6 engine, whatever, right? So any rules regulations are called standardization. Okay, and so OSI model is a framework. If any company, if anything wants to create it, that should follow the OSI model standard. Okay, so it is like, you can take more examples. Suppose traffic rules. Okay, so we follow traffic rules. So everyone has to follow the traffic rules. They have to drive the car on the right side, in India, and maybe in other country it is on the left side if you are going. Okay, so it is like a standardization is a non-government organization. Okay, it is not a government or organization, it is a non-government organization. Okay, which is created for the international standards, non-government. So what they do international standards. Okay, any standard like Wi-Fi standard, Ethernet cable standard, USB port. हर लैपटॉप में आपको एक जैसा पोर्ट मिलता है, right? In every laptop you get USB type C, type what we call normal A port. Okay, so these ISO company or ISO organization follow the standard, so that every company follow the same thing. Okay, the same company, the same organization, International Organization for Standardization, also created this OSI model. Okay, which is, this model describe how the data is transferred over a network. Okay, what is the role here, OSI model? So what is the role? How data is transferred over the network. So this is what we have to learn, guys. Okay, I can start directly what is OSI model, but I'm telling you the story. The ISO created OSI model, open system interconnection. Open system interconnection, full form. Open system interconnection means now everyone will be able to connect. Let's create a standard so that everyone will create a model or like a network. Okay, so there are two ways to learn this. Okay, one is from bottom to top. Okay, that you need to learn every layer from top to bottom. Like we will learn first physical data link network transport session, and we can learn opposite also. Okay, but I will show you. There are always a different ways. So this time, let's start from physical layer. Okay, so what is this physical layer? So all your electrical signals. Okay, because so now consider this OSI model in a computer, laptop. Okay, so what we are going to take an example today. Okay, so we will take an example that this user is trying to send a data to the other user. So what will happen? Okay, so obviously the network we are getting, okay, whatever signals and all, so that will go with the electrical signal. Okay, the physical layer is responsible for electrical signals. Okay, physical linked devices or bits of data and transmissions. Okay, so electrical signals. Okay, so the physical layer also responsible to divide the data into encoding. If you don't know what is encoding, so everybody understand computer language, which language? Binary, 0 and 1. So what is encoding? Converting data into 0 1 format is called encoding. अंतरिक्ष ऐसे मत बैठ, मुझे नींद आ रही है तुझे देख के. Okay, so stay active, guys. See, I can and turn on your cameras, else I have to kick you out from the class. Sorry for my harsh words because Harsh is sitting over here. Okay. Okay. Why you are feeling shy? You guys are so beautiful. Okay. Okay. So electric, so physical layer क्या करती है? The physical layer is responsible for electrical signals because computer will get signals, right? Okay. So I think this will be hard for me to teach from physical layer. So let's start from application only because physical you will not able to understand, okay, easily. So what we are going to learn today, so how this computer, if you understand the today class, you will be able to clear a lot of interviews. Okay, so आज का क्लास बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर अभी भी नहीं समझ आ रहा है तुम्हें इंपॉर्टेंट क्या होता है, जाके मुंह धो लो सारे. इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है that you should go and wash your face. That is, this is very important class. Okay, so OSI model. So OSI model to understand networking fundamentals. Now, just tell me, when you go for interview, companies will start interview from basics or they will directly ask you BGP. Network fundamentals, right? So this is more important than BGP. Okay, so what we are going to learn, that this user is going to another, say when I say hi, so how this message is going to the switch, switch will pass to router, okay, and router will forward to switch. So ये कैसे हो रहा है, how this is happening, this is what we are learning, how data is transferred over the network. That's why we are learning OSI model. Okay, so the first, so when you open your computer, okay, Google Chrome, what is the first thing you type on google.com? Okay, some people type Google in Google only. They are so intelligent. Okay. Okay, so my Google got active. Okay, so let's suppose you type here nwkings.com. Okay, so once you type this website, okay, so what will happen? So your computer, so this web page inside your laptop, so whenever you type something, okay, so this application is called what? Web browser. Okay, there are a lot of web browsers, you know, right? I will not name it. So when you open any web browser, so this web browser is a software which is called application. Yes or no? Yeah. So when you open any application which is web browser, okay, so then your computer understand, okay, we have started an application. So what is the first layer? What is the first layer over here? Application. Can you see that? Yeah, दिख रहा है सभी को? Yeah, everyone. Application. It means whenever you open any websites, okay, any application, okay, so that comes under application layer. So what is application layer? अरे यार ये क्या गंदा सा कलर आ गया. Okay, so what is application layer? So any the software the software which interact users with applications. Okay, the software which interact users with machines, you can say, or users to users also. Okay, the software which interact one human with another, that is application layer. Okay, so the application is basically provide services to user application. Okay, you can say provide services to user applications. Okay, provide services to user application. Okay, for example, a user open a web browser. Okay, so all the things it does, like you open any application layer, so everything is behind that application. Okay, so everything is not on the application. Application is just a user interface. Okay, it is like front end. Okay, front end is like just you see from your eyes. Okay, but there are a lot of things which is going on the back end. Okay, now tell me, operating systems are also applications like Windows 7, Windows 10. Okay, they are also applications. Okay, so your web browsers are your applications. Okay, like chat softwares, like software like WhatsApp and all. So they are also part of applications, right? So any software which interact with other users or other machines, okay, so that is our what we call application layer. Okay, so provide services to user application. Web browsers, chat softwares, everything comes under application. And there are some protocols also, which we will discuss. Okay, there are some protocols, application layer protocols like file transfer protocol. File transfer protocol. So that works on application layer. So then we have SMTP, which is simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, then we have uh like okay, so then we have HTTP, which is famous, but HTTPS hyper text transfer protocol. Okay, then we have HTTPS, okay, which is similar hyper text transfer protocol, secure. Okay, secure. Okay, there are a lot of others like NTP, network time protocol, network time. नाम से ही समझ आ रहा है क्या करते होंगे. ओके, you understand by its name. So this protocol provide network time. Okay, like giving clock. Okay, HTTP, HTTPS both are used for websites. This is for emails. FTP is for file transfer. So all these are called application layer protocols. तो जितने आपको दिख रहे हैं, all these are application. There are others also. I can write like 50, 60 more. Okay, but these are very important. Okay, and slowly you will learn a lot of protocols. So FTP provide file transfer. Okay, file भेजने के लिए काम आता है. Okay, it is used to send files. SMTP is to send emails. HTTP, HTTPS are used for websites. Okay, NTP provides the network time. Okay, so there are DNS also, which provides name to IPs and IP to names. When you type google.com, so google.com is a IP address. Google.com is a website URL, right? So DNS stand for domain. देखते हैं आज कौन बताएगा डीएनएस की फुल फॉर्म. देखते हैं कौन बताएगा. So tell me DNS full form. Let's see how many of you are correct. Don't Google it. So 90% people fail in this. Chat GV. So mostly are saying DNS server. Then tell me if DNS full form is domain name server, then why we say DNS server? Yeah, you heard about DNS server, right? Then why we say DNS server if the full form is this? Okay, so the full form is domain name service or system. Okay, so you can say service or system. Okay, system भी बोल सकते हो. You can call this as a service also, domain name system or service. That's why we say DNS server, domain name system server or domain name service server. Yes, correct. So then what is this DNS? So when you go open this nwkings.com, so what is this? This website is called URL, which is uniform resource. What? क्या होता है? Uniform resource locator. Okay, uniform resource locator. Okay, so there is our server on the internet, right? So this is internet. So my laptop is going to router. Then router is looking for that server, maybe in Chandigarh. So how internet find my server? So when you type, suppose you are in Mumbai, and when you type that you want to go to NW Kings and my server is in Chandigarh in India. Okay, so how you go to my server? How your computer, how the router or how the internet routers will find my path? Because there is a special server on internet called DNS server. So DNS has a very big table where all the IP addresses are stored. Okay, so DNS is like a registry system, like a big register, big entry database where already it is written over here that nwkings.com has IP address 117.1.1.1. I'm just giving example. Okay, so if you want to go to google.com, so the IP address is like maybe 202.1.2.1. Okay, it means when you type this website name called URL, okay, when you type nwkings.com, so your first request will go to DNS. Okay, so DNS will give you IP address, and this IP address you come back, and then your computer again go to the Chandigarh server, what is there. Okay, it means whenever you type any website on internet, okay, all is going with the DNS. This is why you can't go to internet without DNS. Okay, because we do not remember website IP addresses because numbers are difficult to remember, but website names are easy to remember. या तो नाम हमें जल्दी याद होते हैं, तभी तो सबके नाम है यहाँ पे. Just imagine if Vivek name is like 731, my name is 13, 13, 14, I 20. Okay. So nwkings.com has a IP address and server has a IP address. Server is not IP name. You okay? So server, when you install server, हरप्रीत जो सर्वर होते हैं उसी के आईपी एड्रेस होते हैं ना. So every computer has IP address, but you need to give them name also. So who gives you name? Let me show you. Okay. I hope you are not getting distracted. Everything is going well today. If you do not feel excited, then I will change your trainer. I have full power. God has given me. Okay. But I will not if you study well. Okay, so I'll show you the real DNS today. Okay, might be you have not seen in your whole career till now. Maybe, I'm not sure. If any people are from server administration, maybe they have seen. Okay, my camera will shut off in few. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I hope you guys can see my screen. Yes, in the chat. Okay. Okay, so here we go to my website. I always buy website domains from domains.google.com. Okay, if anybody wish to buy it, always buy from Google, because there are other companies also like GoDaddy and all. Okay, the problem with these website, they will not give you security. Okay, so what kind of security? Anybody can find your information, that who are you. Okay, so there is one website you can search who is. Okay, and you go to this whois.com, and let's try to find any. Okay, so let's try to find. Okay, so okay, let's call. There is a company called Boat in India, boatlifestyle.com something. Okay, so let's find the whois.com. Okay, so let me paste the name here, and let's try to find the name. Okay, so let's see if I'm getting the contact number of this. Yeah, so you can see here. So this is protected. Uh, yeah, so from here you will always find that the company is genuine or not, because they have created the domain name in 2014, and this domain is taken from Big Rock. Okay, so register city is Burlington, and there is no, you can see there is no private information here. You can get Aman contact details directly from here, but they have also secured. Okay, the same way, if you go and type maybe nwkings.com here also. Okay, so you will also see, okay, this is contact privacy. Okay, so maybe you can see that we have registered the domain maybe in 2017. Okay, it's showing wrong info. Maybe we have taken little more earlier. Okay, so you can see here it is giving me Toronto information. Means this is to protect your privacy, that nobody will come to know who owns the domain. Okay, and this security, if you take the domain from GoDaddy, okay, suppose you would say what we call Mars. आजकल ऐड भी आ रही है ना उसकी, करियर क्या है उसका. Okay, NW Kings on Mars. How cool. It is giving me Toronto details. Yeah, maybe. Okay, it's like technical consultant, but it is way like you can secure. Okay, suppose you buy a domain here like 499, which is like hardly $10. Okay, so then you have to use a security different, like you go to continue cart and all. Okay, so you can see full domain protection, they are charging 399 extra, and every year they will charge you 499 extra. It is like, and if you need more security, then they are charging you more. But Google give this security for free. Okay, that's why taking the domain from Google is little bit costly, but your information will be secure. Okay, so you can see all my websites. Okay, we have taken, so all these are my domains. Maybe in future we will start a lot of startups. Okay, so bookliveclass.com, CloudMe, Education EMI, InfoSec Guards, Coding Kings, Life Expert. Okay, there are some family businesses also. Okay, so these all are my domains, and here you see, and Networkflix is also there. So we were planning to start nwflix.com. We bought this domain with like $3,000. It was very costly. हमने auction पे लिया. Okay, few domains we have bought it on auction. So book live class also we bought in, I think, $2,000. So this is to just, because maybe someday, I think you do not know how, what we call, maybe another day I will tell you what is domain auctions. Okay, so now you got the domain, and under, once you buy the domain, so every domain has a DNS. You can see here DNS, and you can see private information is on. Okay, you can set registration settings and all, whatever you want to do. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so now you can see DNS, and this is what we call DNS. Okay, means every website. So this is my server IP where I host my IP address. Okay, so maybe I think I'm using. Okay, so if you open this directly, I'm using maybe Cloudways, DigitalOcean. I think my team has migrated server on AWS few days back. Yeah, it is on DigitalOcean. Okay, we are on private. So the normal website I'm talking about, okay, not Learn portal or My portal. Yes, yes, Gaurav. When I was like 18 years old, okay, I bought a domain English. Okay, ये domain है english.com, and somebody from like I still that website is not working, but I bought this domain and I sold this domain. I remember for I think $700 when I was in first year, second year, I think second year. Okay, तो हम पुरानी खिलाड़ी हैं भाई. Okay, so just hold on, let me take my code. So I'm just showing you practically because I love to show practical things. Okay, so these are dedicated servers. So every website you have to create. Okay, so to create a website, that is called hosting. Okay, so hosting leni padti hai. Okay, so hosting, there are a lot of companies available. You can take the space from GoDaddy, HostGator. Okay, and there are some dedicated servers like on Cloudways. So we have taken a 2 GB server for our normal website. Okay, so the normal website where we actually just get information from students that they can join our programs. This is just a normal website. Okay, it is not your Learn portal or My portal, that is on AWS. So it is a normal website. Okay, we just need good dedicated server, and we are paying, I think, $20 to $30 every month. Okay, so we have hosted the server in Bangalore. So now you can see we have created a web server. Okay, and there are some other websites also which we are running. I think so that is under process. Okay, so we are starting our technology company also very soon. Okay, so coming back to this, so this is called hosting. ओके, तो ये सर्वर यहाँ पे रखा है हमारा. सो वी हैव सर्वर इन दिस वेबसाइट क्लाउडवेज. ओके, एंड so you can see this is the server IP. So we need to add here a record. Okay, so I will explain you DNS more. Okay, and the best if you join MCSA or kind of things, you understand more. Okay, but the a record is called the important record. Whenever anybody open nwkings.com, they will redirect to this server, and this server is already, I have created all my details here. Okay, so it means anybody can open this, anybody can go and check. Okay, so we are creating, I think, website, and but nowadays they have some security that nobody can directly open website from IP address. So they have to open with a name. So there are some securities nowadays. Okay, but the DNS basically, when you add this information, that all information goes to the public DNS servers. Okay, public DNS servers. Okay, so public DNS servers are very big companies like Google, Quad, OpenDNS, Cloudflare, Alternate DNS, or these are the DNS. Okay, and if you go to public DNS, so public DNS क्या होता है? The public DNS where all world website information is here inside the public DNS. Okay, you can check here. Okay, you can check any website name by just going to uh, terminal and ping the website name, and you will get the IP address of that website. Okay, suppose if I type nwkings.com. Okay, so you can't ping because we have stopped ping, but still you can see the IP address. If you ping maybe some company like apple.com, okay, so you can see this is the Apple IP address. So how your company or how your laptop know? Because you are sending that request to the DNS server. तो आपकी जो पहली request है, the first request when you say I want to go to Google, Facebook and all, so it means your first request go to DNS server, then it goes to the other website. Okay, I will show you. Don't worry. Okay, so that's the DNS. So what is FTP? Like FTP is a software where we can upload files. Okay, there are websites like FileZilla. There are some applications like FileZilla something. Okay, you can download this. This is a FTP software. If you want to upload any file on a server, you can use this FileZilla or file. Okay, you can make your computer as a server also by downloading FileZilla server. Okay, means you can create with a LAN cable. Suppose you want to transfer data. Okay, so you can download, you can make one computer as a server and other computers can become client. And this is, and why it is many developers are using this, because they create website on their laptop, then they upload all the website information in the internet. Then only the websites are being created. Okay, so FileZilla, like you can upgrade software, you can upload files in a server, you can do a lot of things. So FTP is like a file transfer protocol, okay, where you send data over the internet. Okay, like for big data transfer, we use file transfer protocols. Okay, the same way, you know, HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP and HTTPS both are used for website, but HTTP is not secure. Okay. By the way, if you don't know, the Microsoft Bing also launched this chat. Okay, you can ask them as a chat GPT. Okay, so you can see he's writing for me. HTTP stand for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, so HTTP uses a port number 443. Okay, all that information. Chat GPT 4. Yeah, chat GPT. No, chat GPT is a different thing. GPT 4 is a different thing. I think you should. There are two softwares in the market. Okay, so right now you can see uh, uh, mention application layer. So प्रोटोकॉल्स। ओके, तो अब तो तुम्हारे पास ऐसी चीज आ गई है जो बहुत ही सही है। ओके, सो सर्चिंग फॉर एप्लीकेशन लेयर प्रोटोकॉल, सो whenever you feel like you can see here. Okay, so there are a lot of applications like FTP, TFTP, SMTP, okay, DHCP, and the most common applications are HTTP, Telnet, DNS, SMTP, and so on. So basically, these are application layer protocols, and so this can be used for your information. Okay, so I was using Microsoft Bing. If anybody wants to see later on, एक ही क्लास में कितनी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रही है तुम्हें, धन्य हो गए हो तुम, धन्य। Okay, so coming back to my screen. Okay, I hope you got the idea about application. It is a very big layer. I can't explain this in one day. Okay, you need to figure, this is your homework. You need to understand about application layer. Okay, you need to research about the protocols. Okay, means you need to learn more about application layer. This is not the end of application layer. This is the start of application layer. Okay, so because it is a very very big layer, just, but if somebody asks you application layer, if you just say what I have written over here, the software which interact users with machines, or users with users, and this layer provides services to user applications, and the examples are web browsers, chat software, and many protocols work under application layer, which is FTP, SMTP, HTTP, NTP, DNS. Okay. And there is a telnet also, telnet, which is to remotely access the devices. Because you are sitting in India and you want to access router in USA. So there are telnet, terminal network. Okay. And there is SSH, which is called secure shell. Okay. Which are also application layer. So then DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol. Dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay, so which provide automatically IP, which assign IP address, which assign IP address automatically. Okay, clear? So then we have application layer. Then we have the layer which is called which layer? Presentation layer. So then we have session. So presentation and session. So whenever presentation, so how my data is going to look like? Okay, representation of data. Representation of data. Okay, representation of data, or what is the format of data? The data is going to be in the format, right? Yes or no? So whenever you see the screen, so presentation means kaisa rahega data, how the data is going to look like, representation of data into the correct format. Okay, so like, or you can say what is the format of data. So who tells that information? What is the format of data? Whether the format is image, whether the format is audio, whether the data is video, whether the data is in text format. Yeah, this is what you see on YouTube, any website today. Yeah, yeah, recolor. Yeah. Okay, so image can be in different formats now. Okay, so image भी बहुत अलग अलग format में होते हैं. So the image can be, sorry about my writing, so JPEG, PNG, GIF. अब फुल फॉर्म मत पूछना, ये भी पता है मुझे. जॉइंट पिक्चर एक्सपर्ट ग्रुप. बीटेक अच्छी से करी थी यार मैंने। Okay, so GIF, graphical inter information chain something, PNG is photographic network graphic something. Okay, you can look for the full forms. Okay, means now data is in which format? Okay, what is the correct format of data? Whether the audio is in wave, okay, WAV, MP3. Okay, so there are different formats. Video also has MP4, AVI. Okay, a lot of formats nowadays. Text also has a Sky format. Okay, so there are other formats also. EBCD something. Okay, so means what is the format of data? Who decide this presentation layer? So means the first work is format of data. The second thing, this layer can do compression and decompression. Like when a data compression and decompression. Like compression, like reduce the size of a file, right? And this layer also responsible for encryption, security kind of encryption and decryption. Not description, decryption, decryption. Okay, so देख लेना. Okay, compression, decompression, like size, reduce the file, encryption means the data security. Suppose my name is Atul and you convert my name into hash 321 something, like nobody can read this. Okay, so this is called encryption, right? So when the data comes in the original format, okay, so the conversion of original encrypted data to original data is decryption, simple, right? So these three responsibilities of presentation layer are format of representation of data. Okay, that how data is going to look like and what would be the format. The second thing, compression and decompression. And the third thing is encryption and decryption. So these are the three important pillars of presentation layer. Okay, so which are important for you to understand. Okay, और कुछ रह गया? Yeah, yeah, dim encryption, decryption also, yeah, then it's okay. Then we have third layer, which is session layer. So this layer, so now my data understand my data is coming from top to bottom. Yeah, because we have seen that application provide user interface, presentation tells me the format of data, then session layer. So the data is coming like this because my computer is typing. So when I say google.com, presentation, session, all layer work together. Okay, it is very fast process. So you can't see every layer by layer because it flows in very high speed. Okay, so session layer, which tells me the format of data, sorry, it establish, manage and terminate session. Establish means network banane, establish, manage and terminate. Terminate sessions. Okay, so suppose take an example of bank website. So when you open bank website after 5-10 minutes, automatically that gets log out. Okay, prolonged time period. So we can put a timer, okay, between any machines, okay, so that on what specific time you want to send the data, okay, to allow them to exchange data over a time period. Okay, allow time frame. Okay, so this layer is responsible for the time frame. Time frame means that for how long the data is going to be transferred. Suppose when you do the banking transaction, so they will give you like 4 or 5 minutes. If you are away from keyboard or mouse, like automatically the session will log out. So in some languages, sessions are called dialogues also. In some language, the session is also called a dialogue. In some of the books, you will see this session is also called dialogue, not dialogue, dialogues. Dialogs. Okay, why it is important session layer? Because session layer is important because you go to this website, not a website. सुबह होगी क्या? चिड़िया चहका रही है यहाँ पे. मैं देख रहा हूँ ज्यादा तो नहीं पढ़ा दिया. Okay, so netstat. Okay, run this command in your laptop, netstat and -f. Sorry, h maybe. Just type netstat. I have in Windows, I think it is f something. In Okay, so you will see your computer is having connections with a lot of websites, and please check if there is a connection with attackers. डरना नहीं है, घबराना नहीं है. Okay, but you can always see that your computer is having connections with whom. Okay, so it is like big command which is giving me a lot of information, but these are the websites. Okay, you can always find if you feel like anytime that your computer is under attack. Sometimes you have seen in Windows laptop the mouse is rolling automatically, even you are not doing that, and you feel like somebody attacked my system, man, what is going on? This happens when you download software from telegrams. ठीक है, torrent websites. Okay, so now this is my computer IP, local address. This is my computer IP, netstat command. Netstat means network statistics. क्या होता है netstat? Network statistics. Okay, so this is foreign address. And now how to check this company, which company IP address is this? You can always go to website like what is my IP address? What is my IP.com? Okay, it will show you your public IP. Okay, it is showing my public IP here, 180, 188, something like that. Okay, and if I go to this 139, if I search here, then you can try to find that user. Okay, that is in Singapore. Oh man. Okay, so who is having this IP? Microsoft. Because I'm using this. So currently my Edge, Microsoft Edge is open. That's why it is showing me that I have one connection which is with Microsoft. So this is Microsoft IP. So the second IP I copy and then I check. Okay, ये कौन है भाई? Okay, let's see who is this. This is IP Pune IP. Okay, this is also Microsoft because Microsoft have servers in Pune also maybe, right? So they have. So now you can see here. This is my iPad. This is some other WhatsApp. Okay, there is my WhatsApp going on. I can quit here. Okay, and then I can find here again netstat. You can see WhatsApp is gone from here. Okay, all these are my network connections. Then this EC2 something, which is a little weird. You can same type. What is this EC2 something? Because this do not like, this is the URL maybe. अबे देखो मैंने, so I was looking for one bed mattress and they are keep showing me the ads. सबकी पोल खुलती है, कौन क्या कर रहा है इंटरनेट पे. Okay, so now you can go to this settings. Okay, so go to this cookies and other data. And now you go to this. See all data and permissions. Okay. And then you go and see. Okay, sometimes cookies are saved because sometimes whenever you open YouTube and all, okay, so it will keep your cookies. Okay, so what are cookies? So it is like some special files which will be automatically saved in your computer so that next time when you access google.com, they already know that who are you. You can always make sure you can always clean that. Okay, if you feel like. Okay, but do not clean if you have portal on learn.nwkings.com. Okay, so sometimes it is like cache memory. Okay, so just this is just a additional thing I'm showing you. Okay, and there are good browsers in the market, like I recommend people to use this Brave, which is very best for privacy online. Okay, you can protect your cookies, it will not show you ads. I'm not just installing because I have a lot of applications, okay, which help me in Google Chrome. Okay, I think it works on Brave also, but it's okay. Okay, so cookies are basically cache memory, cache of google.com. If you stop your internet still, if you type google.com, sometimes it opens, right? Yeah. आपका अगर इंटरनेट नहीं चल रहा ना, तब भी कई बार गूगल पेज दिख जाता है हमें, है ना? Because those things store into our laptop, that is called cache memory. And the cache and how already, like whenever you go to these website, how this, so whenever I log in into Netflix or LinkedIn, how they know my ID that I logged in, because I do not have to log in again and again. My session is not getting log out from here because there is a special file inside this LinkedIn, and these are some cookies. Okay, and if I clear this cookie, maybe I have to log in again. Okay, if I delete this, okay, clear. And now if I again open LinkedIn, okay, you can see it is asking my username password again. Yeah, तो log out करने की जरूरत नहीं होती कई बार. You can always go to this website and clear all data. Automatically, you will log out from all the systems, from that system. Okay, clear? So you just go to privacy and cookies and the session is getting recorded, I think. Oh man, recording is not on today. Shit. Oh man. Gautam, क्या कर दिया तूने यार? It's going on. Okay. Okay. So your classes, like I have started teaching you the basics. Okay. So that you will work. Okay. I think 3 layers are okay. So session layer, last layer, create connections, manage the sessions, okay, terminate the connection. Okay, we maintain a database and that is called network statistics table, that what your computer is doing right now, the connection is established, the connection is closed, the connection is going on, what exactly you will see in the netstat command. Also, I think you can go to your activity task manager and under the task manager, go to network. And here also you can see with the GUI, graphical user interface. If you do not want to see with the CLI, you can always see here and also see which application is using your how much bandwidth. Because sometimes you feel like your data is getting consumed too much. Okay. Sometimes you can see here Zoom is taking my 1 GB today. Almost 1 GB we have spent today. You can see how much data if you take the classes. Okay, and you can see what is your class consumption. Okay, 1 GB. Okay, so rest other things are okay because I just turn on my laptop today and it is like how many packets you can see. जैसे जैसे बोल रहा हूँ कितने पैकेट में ट्रांसफर कर रहा हूँ, द व्हाट आई एम स्पीकिंग राइट नाउ, व्हाट आई एम शोइंग यू, all that information is going in the format of packets. Packet out, packet in, packet per second. My computer is processing 1900 packets every second. See how much I am speaking today. And see your, it is way less than me. Okay, and you can always, I think, packets data. You can see the data also, that what is data and all. Okay, and okay, rest is okay. So this is your normal energy and all. Okay, your computer also has IP address. So I'm just showing you, you go to the network and you see your Wi-Fi is connected details, and it will show your IP address and all. Okay, so the same way I will show you Windows also. This is like how you do. You can see I'm getting IP with the DHCP, and DHCP is used for automatically IP. So what should you study this week? Okay, I have already given you one video. I recommend you all to watch that video again and again. You go and watch this. I think networking tutorial for beginners. Okay, इस हफ्ते ये भी करो और Linux भी करो. I want everyone to learn network fundamentals. Okay, so if you already have seen this, I can give you some another thing. Just hold on. Data बहुत है देने को अपने पास. तुम पढ़ने वाले चाहिए. लोगों को लगता है लाइव में आके सब कुछ हो जाएगा. पढ़ना तो फिर भी पड़ेगा बॉस. क्यों सच बोल रहा हूँ. If your basics are very 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 weak, then okay, if your basics are very bad, you are bad in IT, you don't know what is RAM, what is computer, if you don't know the full form of RAM also, then this network fundamental is a free program. You can cover this. Let me add in your notes. Okay, this is IT fundamental free course. You can check this. Yarik. Okay. If you do it, I will give you one course. Don't worry. देख लेना पर. Is it English or Hindi? Just hold on. Acknowledgements and spoof those IPs. Try to make. Hold this one. Okay, so I got a course for you all. That is Network Plus. That is by Adhirath. Okay, one of our cybersecurity trainer. Okay, so it is